Hello everybody and welcome to Homestead Where You Are. My name is Janet and today I am going to show you what I did with 25 pounds of ground beef that I picked up at our Save Mart. It was regular $6.19 a pound. They were having a sale for $3.99 a pound, and then I had the digital coupon shown here to make it $1.99 a pound. So as you can see on this first package, the actual regular price for this, for some reason I managed to cut it off at the bottom there, but anyway, the regular price of $6.19 a pound was $37.57. And we paid $12.08 after the digital coupon. So anyway, what I do is I go through and I weigh out for my hamburger patties. That is what I'm going to do with this one, because this is the second time in a month that we've gotten the ground beef for $1.99 a pound. Last time I divided it all up into 1 pound packages. So this time I'm going to make some hamburger patties pre-made, and I'm also going to make some packages with 1.5 pounds, because I find there are times when 1 pound is just not quite enough for 3 people. For instance, tacos, ground beef tacos or something like that takes a little bit more. So anyway, I'm going to weigh these out into 5-ounce meatballs to start with. I have found that that's the perfect size for the patty former that you're going to see that I'm going to use here in just a few minutes. And it gets the perfect thickness, and it still makes 1 pound feed 3 people, because it's just a hair under 1 pound. They're right at a 1/3 pound each. So anyway, I'm going to weigh these out at 5 ounces a piece, and we'll go from here. I think I ended up making a total of 45 hamburger patties. Actually, it was 48 because we had hamburgers for dinner that night. So I will do 15 packages with 3 patties in each one to put in the freezer. And then you'll see on this one it shows the regular price at $6.19 a pound was $35.96. On sale at $3.99 a pound made it $23.22, and then with the $1.99 digital coupon, we ended up paying $11.64 for this almost $36 package of ground beef. And that is why when I find those deals like that, I will buy anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds, and it will almost always last until the next time we get a good sale. Because even though I said this is the second time in a month, that is not typical around here. It's usually once every, 3 to 4 months or so that they will run a good, really good sale on the ground beef. And then you'll see on this package, regular price of $6.19 a pound was $38.38. At the $3.99 a pound sale price was $24.74, and we paid $12.40. This package was 6.2 pounds. These were all, I know I said 25 pounds I purchased. I believed it was actually about 26, maybe even a little bit more by the time it was all said and done. All right, and this is where I'm going to take the remaining roughly 10 pounds or so and divide it into 1.5 pound packages. And I think it must be about 9 pounds because it came out evenly for 6 packages at 1.5 pounds each. Alright, and you will see this package was almost 7 pounds. Regular price $6.19 a pound was $42.59. At $3.99 a pound it was $27.49, and we paid $13.78. Another thing to note on this was we did this on 2 separate accounts because those were limit 2 packages per person. And we have an account under my number and another one under my husband's. But also on those accounts, we each had a $10 off when you spend $50. And we got both of these right at the $50 because there was some cheese on sale and a couple other things. But anyway, we spent right at $50, got our $10 off, making it just a little over $40. And so our per pound price on the ground beef actually was about 10 cents less per pound because of that digital coupon for $10 off. So essentially we technically paid $1.89 a pound. All right, so now I'm going to take the 5-ounce meatballs. I'm going to use this ground beef hamburger patty former. I've had several of these in the past that were always too small. You know, by the time the patty shrinks when you cook it, it didn't even fit on a hamburger bun anymore. It was so small. So anyway, I picked up this one at Walmart in their grilling section about 2 or 3 years ago on clearance, and it's a little bit bigger than most of any of the other ones I've ever had. So by the time I cook these hamburgers, they actually fit on a standard bun just about perfectly. So anyway, I'm going to form these into patties. Now you'll see I put that bag down inside. This is the first time I've actually done it this way, because usually by the time you get done or get about halfway through, your hands are so greasy that every time I would try and push the patties through the cylinder, my hands just kept sliding, so I couldn't get it open very easy. So this time I put the bag down inside, and once I realized I had to take the bottom disc off first, they just pulled right out with the bag. So I will do that from now on because it made a big difference in being able to pull those out simply. Now here I'm just going to take some parchment paper. I ordered some of the 5-inch, I think they're 5.5-inch squares of parchment paper, but they didn't get here in time. So I'm just going to take some parchment paper sheets that I have, and I'm going to cut them into some squares to get me by for this time. And you're going to want to make sure that these are big enough to cover the whole hamburger patty. Sometimes I have made them too small before, and if the patty hangs over and touches the patty underneath it, they get frozen stuck together and they are a lot harder to get apart. So now I'm just going to put these 3 patties per stack. And now I'm just going to set those aside while I finish making the rest of the patties. Alright, so there you have it. That's my 45 patties with 3 patties in a stack. And I'm just going to write on the bag. You'll see me here, I just wrote 3 patties. At some point I realized I forgot to write down, I like to put the cost of that package of meat on the bag so that when I'm doing budget meal videos and stuff like that, I know exactly what I paid for each item. So I did go back, and you'll see that here in a few minutes, and write down the basically $2 on each package because each one is a pound. Alright, so I vacuum seal each one of these, and you'll see I'm kind of stretching that out a little bit to make sure I can read what it says, because it's harder to do once the package is frozen. And you'll see I went back and wrote the $2 on there. But that way I know what's in each package, which is very important to make sure you write that on there. And then, as I said, how much I paid for each package. So bottom line on this ground beef was at the regular price, $6.19 a pound. This would have cost me $154.50. And by the time I took it down with the digital coupon, I ended up paying $49.71. So roughly 30% is what I paid. So my savings was almost 70%. And I want to say thank you to everybody for popping in, joining me for another video. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I'm going to continue to put out some of these videos to show you what I do. I buy almost everything in bulk. So I'm just trying to show how we do it. There's my hamburger patties as they were ready to be put in the ceiling mill bags. Anyway, thanks again for joining me, and I hope I see you all on the next one.